What's going on, guys? It is 1 a.m. I was up watching this new show called, new to me, Jessica James. I don't know if you guys have seen it. The show about a black girl who is she's in, I think, Brooklyn. Anyway, I really wanted something to drink, so I just went out to the corner store to go get something to drink. Been craving like some sort of juice for hours, so I went and picked up a Naked Blue machine. But guys, that's not the reason why I'm doing this video. Something came to me, and I just had to record it really quickly. Alright, so I was doing some thinking. I saw this guy at the gas station at the Shell where I went. And black dude, he was wearing, just kind of like, just urban fashion. And I was thinking about, how sometimes you see something and then it just kind of triggers you and it makes you think about certain things. So I saw this and I was like, I started thinking about the black community and why it's so difficult for people to leave this part of the community, this urban part. And I realized, and I was thinking back to some videos where one of my subs used to refer to the black community as Blackistan. And I was like, damn, you know what? That's a really good analogy for what's actually happening in the black community. Blackistan. You think about Blackistan, this is in the context of, it's like a fascist state. You do what the community tells you to do, or you're punished. And the reason why it's so hard for people to get away from certain behaviors, it's so hard. Like, I saw a post tonight, just quickly digressing. The post said, it was on Instagram, and it said, how can we lower the crime rates in our community? And I'm thinking, and I watched a podcast today, which was incredible. You guys, if you don't know who Joe Rogan is, check out the Joe Rogan podcast. He had a guy, actually this was a few days ago, the guy was interviewed. It was, I think, Ed Cerrone. I want to say that's what his name was, but he used to be a Mexican cop. He's Mexican, but he was a cop in Mexico. And he was talking about how crazy life is out there. Mexico, Blackistan, or the black community, all have something in common, and it just hit me. You can't change these communities. You can't change them. You just have to get out. I realized for the first time, probably the first time, you just have to get out. You can't change Mexico. He was talking about the culture in Mexico of violence and the drugs. You just can't change it. You just have to get out, or there's nothing really you can do. The country, you can't stop it unless you do something really, really drastic. You're not going to change Black America. You're not going to change the hood and the hood mentality. You just have to leave, guys. You just have to leave. The answer is in getting out. Black people will be fine once they leave. There are a lot of black guys, I'm going to digress really quickly to interracial dating. A lot of black guys, they notice how some black women behave differently once they start dating men who are non-black. When you date someone, you are, in a sense, that's why interracial dating is so big, because it's an interracial marriage is because you're mixing two cultures and families, and that's why when a black woman gets out sometimes of, you know, the toxic hood culture or the toxic black culture at large, that's why she can be free to be herself. Because in the toxic black culture, you know, you look at the Mona Scotts, you look at this, the Real Housewives, you look at this trash. This is programming. All this is programming. It's teaching black women how they should, quote unquote, behave, right? So black women, and then because you're in Blackistan and because your black people are, because it's the black vortex, if you haven't seen my series on this, definitely check it out. But because it's the black vortex or Blackistan, or it's like Mexico, the culture is too strong. You can't change it. The culture does not allow you to be yourself. God, it's like if you try to play tennis or golf, oh, that's white. You can't do that. That's for white people. You try to do anything different in the black community and you're immediately punished. That's how the black community works. It's like it's like Pakistan. It's like some strict society. And I heard another YouTuber talking about this too. Look, what I'm saying is black people are starting to figure this stuff out. We're starting to see what's going on. You know, even though you're raised in it, you have to leave it and look at it from the outside to really be able to kind of figure it out. I'm starting to get it. I'm getting it in little pieces, little chunks, right? Little by little, I'm figuring this thing out. The black community does not allow for freedom of expression. You will be a thug. If you're a guy, you will speak Ebonics. You will, if you're a woman, you will act this way. Okay? And oftentimes, if you don't, the black community has a way of punishing its own people. It's really crazy when you think about it. It's really, really twisted. It's the same thing that happens in Mexico. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was saying that in some communities, there's literally no young people because the cartel takes everyone out and it forces everyone into crime, into the cartel. It makes people work for them. And if you say you don't want to do it, they put you on some sort of list. So it's like you have to do it. Now, I'm not saying the black community is that strong, but you have, like a lot of people, I feel a lot of black people feel suffocated by these rules in the black community. They just want to get out. Jordan Peele comes out with a movie called Get Out, and he's talking about, you know, and it's kind of open to interpretation what he's talking about in Get Out, but it's mainly talking about, I feel, black people in white America, white society, and how they're treated in white America. Okay, I feel like it's a loaded theme, that movie, but I feel like black people are literally in black America. I think it's like Inception. Remember the movie Inception? I think it's layers down. I think America at large is Get Out. And then there's a Get Out remix that's for the black community. The black people are trapped in the black community. Like there is a certain sort, there are people who don't have the freedom of expression. Even Michelle Obama, you listen to her speak. There was a video that she's in where she's actually talking about how in her community in Chicago, they used to call her, sorry guys, in her community, they used to call her white girl. They used to call her white girl because she was smart and she used to read books and she used to speak properly. She, even in her own community, are you telling me the black community is that narrow-minded where a person can't be smart? Think about it, guys. Think about what's happening in this community. Let me tell you something else. I was overseas and a friend who was non-American commented and said, she said, black men all look the same. All right, check this out. The American military, we went to war in Afghanistan, Iraq. We're still over there right now, right? All those Taliban fighters and everybody wore those big beards, right? 10 years later, 15 years later, guess what? American guys are wearing these big beards. Look at the black community now. Everyone has this big beard now. Everyone looks the same. At one point, it was cornrows. Everyone had cornrows. Everyone. There's so little diversity in the black community. It's scary. So when people say things like Blackistan, you look at Pakistan. All the men wear everybody's named Muhammad. A lot of the males are named Muhammad. It's the thing to do, to be named after the prophet. A lot of the guys have beards. You have to grow a beard by Islamic law in some of these countries. They all wear the same clothing. This is why this commenter, this sub, called Black America Blackistan, because people are forced to conform. And if you don't, you quickly become an outsider, and people tend to make fun of you, and they make fun of everything about you because you're a non-conformist. Black America, in order to fix Black America, there's a certain part of Black America that's doing fine. But in order for more people to get to escape this ghetto, you're not going to escape it living around and talking to these people and being in their presence. You have to literally get out. You got to get out. You have to get out, move somewhere else, raise a family somewhere else. And guess what? That's what a lot of people in the hood are doing. They leave. Okay? And when they leave, they should leave the ghetto stuff behind and start a new life. Just like these black women who date men who are non-black because whatever reasons, and they get, they're out, and now they can be themselves, and they can do different things, and they can be free. They can be who they want. They can be an individual. Black America does not value individualism. Think about it, guys. Think about it. Anyway, common denominator. Peace.